All right, so this week, it's a bit interesting. Let me name this box, actually. This week, we're playing against a guy whose name is, like, Blizane. It's like, I honestly have no idea. It's like Blaine, but it's also, like, I'm not sure. His name's Blizane. We're playing against him. He's got a pretty interesting team here, though. We're basically playing against the most hyper-offense thing that there is in, like, the whole draft at the moment. So... he's got, like, Colossal, he's got, like, a beat-up Cobalion, he's got Blacephalon, like, Lele Blimp. It's just... it's offensive chaos, is pretty much what we're seeing here. But, yeah, it's kind of interesting. He's got, like, 3 Psychic types, you know, a bunch of weird stuff that doesn't exactly seem like it meshes, but I don't know. I still kind of feel afraid deep down.
I do agree that they don't seem like they mesh well, but that's why we're focusing primarily on big, like, powerful leads that they could have. And, like, that's what I think we're mostly going to prepare for in this case.
Yeah, so it's like, one of the biggest things is, and we talked a bit about this before we got into this recording session here, but one of the things that I was kind of thinking about is, like, they don't have a way to stop Trick Room. Unless Executor learns, like, Imprison Trick Room, which I'm going to check right... that's an Execute. I'm going to check right now. I don't think it does. No, it learns Trick Room, but it doesn't learn Imprison. So, like, they don't stop our Trick Room unless they lead Executor and then try to undo our Trick Room.
And even then, we have, like, so many answers to Executor. Like, it's... we don't have to worry about it.
Somehow
even Arachnid can KO it with a Leech Life or something like that.
Yeah, somehow we have 2 bug types. I don't even know how we did that. But...
yeah.
very odd. But yeah... so one of the big things is, like, I feel like Trick Room is just such a strong option here.
I would agree.
I just don't know how they stop it. One of the things I'm kind of afraid of is same as last week. Remember, when we were talking about it, they could be running like a Safety Goggles Taunt Lele, ignore our Rage Powder, and stop the Trick Room with P2. Right. And while that is the case, I know we had some little tricks up our sleeve where we were talking about being a little strong boy here on the Porygon.
Yes. So we're not going to be running your usual sportive, very bulky Porygon. No, we're just going to go all guns blazing, physically attacking Porygon. So what this Porygon is meant to do is basically whenever you normally use a Porygon, it's usually like a neutral to positive response with the download boost. It's either you get the attack boost and you're like, whatever, or you get the special attack boost and you're like, oh, that's great. But you can usually never prepare for that. It's usually just kind of random, like luck based, because you can never truly predict their leads. Yeah. But in this case, we're kind of able to do that because it's Draft League and they have only limited leads.
Yeah, so it's interesting. We have this, like, very, very offensive Porygon. Unfortunate thing, though, is if we do set up Trick Room, Max Strikes are going to be lowering their speed, which is just a little sad, you know. But definitely, like, the damage is going to be so funny. I think, here's my theory, right? If we lead Porygon Fungus into Lele Drifblim, right?
Yes.
I want to turn 1 Max the Porygon, Max Strike the Lele, and Spore the Drifblim. And I just want to see how they react to that. Because it's like... because it's like, if I lead that, they're going to be like, oh yeah, I got my... and we don't know, obviously, guys, if you don't know how this works by now, we don't know what they're bringing. They could just not even have the Lele, the Drifblim, or whatever. I'm just anticipating it'll be like a Safety Goggles Lele with Taunt, because that's like, they can shut down any of our Trick Room modes and be pretty good against our whole team with a Goggles Lele. So... if they see the Fungus Porygon, they're going to be like, yeah, I go ignore the Rage Powder, I taunt the Porygon, and then I, like, Shadow Ball Fungus or Tailwind, and then we just knock them out.
While I do agree we should be prepared for Safety Goggles Lele, I don't think it's the most likely mon to have Safety Goggles, because if they were to, say, have Colossal Golisopod, if we were to just leave Fungus and they don't have Safety Goggles, we can just Rage Powder their Aqua Jet away from them. So they couldn't set up in front of us.
One of the methods of setting Colossal I think might be more likely is a Surf Dracovish. They would run like a Scarf Dracovish, but then it just also has Surf. Because in a lot of situations that's kind of garbo, but like when you can look at our team and realize that we don't have anything faster than Scarf Dracovish except Ludi, like Yeah.
That's possible. If we see Dracofish and not Gliscopod, then we should be prepared for that. But if not, then yeah, I don't think we should be too concerned. But yeah, no, like safety goggles Lele is not an issue for this team, like, or even the lead at all. It's not.
Yeah, so I'm expecting to probably see the Pokemon they bring, basically like Driftlele, Rillaboom, I mean, basically their first 5 Pokemon and then a filler. It's like Colossal makes too much sense. Rillaboom is pretty good against our team. Obviously, we got Rain, so they want that. Dracovish is just strong always, and then like Driftlele makes sense as kind of a speed control if we go fast and all that stuff. So I'm kind of anticipating we see those 5, and then like I know some are more likely than others, but I really could see anything coming out of that last 6 slot. So it'll definitely be interesting.
The sixth slot is a wild card. It's mostly just leads, like, and then what they have in the back, which is more likely than not they're gonna have like a combination of like Rillaboom and like something else in the back. I'm probably like Rillaboom Dracofish or like Rillaboom, I don't know, Blacephalon, something like that. And then like they have like their main leads, which would be like Lele, Driftblim, Dracofish, Colossal, Gliscopod, Colossal, or they could sub out Deity for Lele, just kind of those leads mostly.
Well, so, and I'm looking at this thing you said, right? The Porygon, Foongus, Hydreigon, Arachnid, Zapdos, Politoed, just a little mock-up, essentially.
Yeah.
So looking at that, I like it. I'm just like, I want the Rain combo, really. Because the way I look at it, if we're okay, so I want to think about this as like a best of 3, right?
Okay.
How I would want to 2-0 this real quick is game 1, I want to lead Porygon Foongus. I want to do that Max Strike Spore play, right? And obviously this isn't a perfect world where they do exactly what we want. But if we do that, then since we're going to be Max Strike lowering their speed and stuff, I would want my fast Pokemon in the back, not necessarily the slow ones. Now, I definitely could be talked off of that, because like you were saying, Zapdos is still a really good Pokemon to have there. But we definitely need Arachnid. I'm just not sure how much we need Hydreigon.
Hydreigon was mostly put there because of Dracofish. I don't see any real hard-hitting ways we have to hit Dracofish outside of Hydreigon. Like maybe Zapdos for like, but only it's like mostly neutral damage. Like I wanted like something super effective hard-hitting on Dracofish essentially. That was like the main reason.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. I think that like, yeah,
and I definitely think Drake is like a lot of weak to dark types, and like Hydreigon has decent coverage, so yeah,
Hydreigon makes sense.
Yeah. Well,
it's just I don't know. I'm just so torn. I really like Zapdos Toad. Why Scarf Toad? What does Scarf Toad outrun on their side?
That's a mock-up. I was just fiddling with this. I was like, hey, maybe Scarface is decent,
Yeah, so I think I'll grab the Zapdos, at least the moves and the item. I do like the vest. I think it's pretty cool. Hydreigon, I don't know. I kind of want. Would you have Flash Cannon? I have it copied, but I didn't look.
Yeah, I have Flash Cannon on it.
Okay, because yeah, I like Flash Cannon to like panic hit the Lele,
Yeah.
Because if we get stuck in front of Lele, like Dark Pulse is cool and all, but.
Yeah. I mean, this is meant to be like a max speed Hydreigon because there's like things like Indeedee and Lele that Hydreigon can just barely outspeed if we go max speed.
Well, would we be Life Orb? I kind of feel like we would be Life Orb Hydreigon. Right?
No, yeah, we'd probably be Life Orb and have like an almost pseudo, like if we don't max him on initially and we end up getting Hydreigon on the field, then Hydreigon could be a max mon and we could like KO stuff like Lele with max Steel Spike and stuff like that. But in just general, he just does solid damage with Life Orb, I think.
Well, he seems like a cool cleanup. Like he basically hits everything.
Yeah.
I can't really name anything that's like, oh yeah, that's a good Hydreigon counter.
Like.
Also, we should hit 162, right? Because Lele hits 161 just to optimize bulk.
Yeah, I think both Indeedee and Lele hit 161. Oh no, Indeedee's even slower. Never mind.
Yeah, Indeedee's even slower. Indeedee male hits 161.
Yeah, I was thinking Indeedee male, but yeah, for Lele, she hits 161. Hydreigon hits 164.
Oh, actually, I'm not sharing my screen. Hold on, let me just show you what I got, because I'm like,
I know Hydreigon's like 3 speed points faster, and like so he just barely outspeeds.
Yeah, so I kind of just did a 12-4-4. Give it a little, the
Yeah,
bulk
I
spread
love that.
around. Beyond that, did you have a Zapdos spread? I know you were talking calcs and stuff, but I didn't know if you had a specific spread for that.
There's no specific spread. It was mostly max HP with like a tiny bit of special defense, like 20, 28, and then like that guarantees the Volcalith live plus 1 turn of Volcalith.
Okay, yeah, so guys, we have a very interesting calc of our Zapdos beating Colossal, because we have Weather Ball, so it's actually the oddest thing, really.
I did consider Akaberry just because not Aka. What's the one that hit for rock types? Charty? Is that
Charty, yeah.
Yeah, I consider Charty Berry, but then I consider oh well, he has some decent special attackers. Zapdos might as well be all rounder, good for taking damage from the special attackers.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me get the calc up. In fact, it might even be 2 turns because I was thinking in terms of like 1/8 on a regular health, but is it 1/16 for Dynamax?
Yeah.
So I think we actually live 2 turns max Volcalith if that's the case.
I just dumped a little bit more into Spit Off anyways, because I was looking at the special attack. I was like, we really don't need that much. So I put a little in defense, a little more in special defense, and then just dumped in special attack. Because we don't need speed.
Yeah, we don't really need speed now. Enough to outspeed probably Cobalion at +1, but I think we naturally
we naturally do that, yeah.
Yeah, that's it really then. Or do we expect modest or timid? I think it's modest Colossal just because he outspeeds anyways.
Yeah, they go modest because they would outrun us anyways.
Yeah, so let me Dynamax, max that, and yeah, we're living pretty cleanly. Yeah, no. Oh god, we can actually take all 3 turns of Volcalith. It does
I've got 252, 92 right now.
I have 252, 12 special defense right now.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, with what I just dumped here, I think it's good enough.
Yeah, no, we will take that max Volcalith super easily.
And that's considering we could even still they might not even target it because they're like, oh, they'll max guard, or something like that. We might get a real cheeky, not get targeted turn with this.
Yeah. I mean, that was the whole idea with leading Zapdos instead of Porygon with Fungus. So he's just gonna target Fungus anyway. So we can just KO Golisopod if that's the case, or target the slot that's not Colossal, bring in Politoed, then just KO him right then and there.
Well, even if they could possibly and this would be odd, but they might even go Colossal with no immediate Surf. I could see them going something along the lines of maybe even Rillaboom Colossal, because it matches up reasonably well against all of our Pokemon. And if they do that, you better believe I am turn 1 switching in and max. We have Weather Ball going for the max guys trying to Colossal.
Yeah, that's why Zapdos is so good. I think Zapdos is our key player in almost every week. It's so good.
Oh yeah, I knew. That's what I said when I saw Zapdos there. I was like, Jeremy, I'm going for Zapdos. It's gonna be. It has so much variance to it, and it's got such good coverage. It's such a good Pokemon. Is there any reason not to run the same Araquanid as last week, but now Mystic Water instead of Weakness Policy?
Yeah, pretty much that. There's not a lot of ways you can go about Araquanid, to be honest.
Sub's just a good move.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't really think of, because obviously if we had Belly Drum Politoed, I might run entrainment, but we don't. So
that's an idea, yeah.
But yeah, I can't really think of any other moves I would want. Soak? No, that's kind of dumb. I don't really...
it's between Sub, Soak, or Entrainment, and it's those are all niche. It's just pick your favorite niche.
Yeah, and Sub is basically, for me, because obviously they're going to know they don't have much for Trick Room, so I assume they're either going to be going in hard and having no Protect, or they're going to have a Protect on a lot of Pokemon. And so, if they have no Protect, we just never click Sub, and if they have a lot of Protect, then we can click Sub then, and it'll be we don't really need it, but it'll just kind of be there.
We can just go on. I think he's gonna have. I think he's probably gonna prepare with some Protect Mons, but I think it's gonna be mostly not, just because a lot of his Mons I think don't even want to have Protect, Driftblim or.
They don't really know.
I don't even think Golisopod does, because I cannot for the life of me think of any moves on Golisopod other than Aqua Jet and maybe First Impression. I don't know what else it would run.
Yeah, no idea. I've never liked that Pokemon too much.
No.
Um, but I think
Like-
so. So I think we're pretty solid on these first 5. Like these first 5 are very, very good. I think they win the week alone.
And
it's like-
Palito's just there as like kind of like a support glue. He helps with the weather ball strategy, and he's just kind of there for support.
Yeah, we need him, but I just don't know what we need him to do. Like, do we just
Yeah.
go with the same Politoed we ran before, which is just kind of the oh, actually I got one right here. Just like Muddy Water, Helping Hand, Parasailing, just physically defensive, you know, with a berry.
We could do that. I mean, since Politoed has kind of a role it could easily fill, we could kind of make it like a funny set and maybe just have it do something really.
That's
fun
what I
with
was gonna
that.
say. I wanted to put weakness policy on it because we don't have one, and then we could put just like, you know, what's a weak grass move that Fungus gets? Like absorb, you know?
I don't know, maybe something like that. I think Fungus wants all 4 of its move slots though.
What does
Clear
Clear Smog do on their team?
I don't know, in case like
I would say Cobalion, but like you can't even.
I mean, I guess we could do something like that. I wanted to like look at what else because we could run like I don't know, Fling Politoed. We could run like
Oh, I love.
I don't know. We could let me see. Let me take a gander at his moveset real quick.
All that we need is Drizzle, really.
Yeah, we need Drizzle and a Water move, and that's it.
Sub Focus Punch. I'm kidding.
Physical Earthquake Liquidation.
I was thinking physical weakness policy. You'd run like Waterfall Bounce, you know.
Okay, hear me out.
Uh-huh,
Now, I just got another really stupid idea for next.
Oh no.
Okay. So, hear me out. We set up Trick Room, right? We get in Zapdos and Politoed in, right? We somehow, I don't know how, we set up Electric Terrain. I think this would be more of if they have an Electric Terrain and we
Okay.
don't. We bulldoze our Iron Ball Zapdos in terrain.
Okay.
In Trick Room as we rising voltage because we get the boost because we're Iron Ball.
I like where your head's at. The execution seems a little hard to pull off, but
Look, it's a rough idea, but like if they have electric terrain, I want us to run Iron Ball Zapdos in Trick Room with rising voltage.
I like the Iron Ball. I think that's funny. I love Iron Balling flying Pokemon down into the ground for terrain.
I love it so much.
The one sad thing is I think Politoed doesn't learn counter anymore. I wanted to run like Rindo Berry counter for the you know, for like the Cobalion just countering, and then for like the Rillaboom and stuff. I thought it'd be pretty funny.
That does sound really funny, yeah. I don't know. I think we could run Scarf Swagger to just swagger the opponent, just because why not?
Cause yeah.
I don't know. We could. I was about to say dive Parasong shenanigans, but.
Oh my gosh, have you seen the moveset? It's Parasong, Dive, Dice.
Dice, yes.
Parasong, Dive, Endure, Protect. And then you've got what's that berry? The new berry, Custat Berry. And then you get a Custat Berry dive, but your min speed, so you always come back last.
Oh my god.
This happened in a VGC set to someone. They perished, they endured, or they like perished. They perished, they endured, they dived, and then they won the set off of that. This is what we're running. This is what we're running.
Oh my god. Oh wait, no, that reminds me of like one of my original ideas for the Fungus versus Colossal matchup was I was like thinking, what if I ran Endure on Fungus with Custat Berry, and then I just went first turn Spored it next turn.
Oh my goodness. See, that would work right up to the point of the rocks, you know, hitting you again.
Yeah, that would like work. I was like, this is so funny. I want to use this, but I can't.
That would be so funny if it worked. Oh my goodness.
Like I would want to use like Endure Custat Berry strategies one day because that sounds so funny.
We're doing it right now.
Are you seriously doing it?
Yes, this is my Politoed. Welcome to the danger zone.
Okay, Politoed needs to have, I guess, one strong water move. We need to have like, something for just for Colossal, you know?
We have Araquid and we have Weather Ball. I don't see an issue here.
I know, but like I don't want to rely on them just because they're both weak to rocks, and like I know we're EV'd and all that, but like I you know, I don't know.
Luca, I'm going down with the ship here.
Oh, come on. I swear, if this loses us the lead.
There's no way my Politoed's going to be in front of the Colossal that knows Protect, and then I can't kill him because I keep diving and it's not hitting him.
Can you please run Scald Overdrive, please? Like,
No.
I beg. That's all you can keep everything else.
Well, the Endure doesn't work as well if you're... Well, now, okay, so here's the argument. Yes, Endure's kind of stupid, especially if they've got, you know, the rocks up. It's just a dumb idea.
Let's get rid of Endure. We don't need that. We'll get to 25% health.
Fine. How about this? How about we just do this?
That's perfect. I love it. It's beautiful.
That's good? Okay. I still want to do the Custap Berry dive. I think it's so funny.
No, and then we can do that. If we're up a game, you can go for that.
Well, because game 1, I think I'm bringing Porygon, Fungus, Araquanid, and probably Hydreigon. Honestly.
Yeah, I like
game 2 and 3, we can get a little, you know, dicey
Yes,
with it if they do some weird stuff. But I'm pretty sure that just wins the first game.
Yeah. Game 2, you can go, if we win game 1, game 2, you can go hard with the Politoed, and then game 3, you can maybe reconsider.
So last question. Is there any reason to be special Araquanid? And I know before you say anything, the argument would be that Cobalion is kind of annoying if it starts getting Steel Spike boosts up.
Yeah, but the whole point of, well, yeah, I don't know.
I say no. I just wanted to hear what you would say.
That would be like the only situation in which special Araquanid would be better because, I mean, does Araquanid get Bug Buzz? I don't even think it would kill like something like Executor with Bug Buzz. Like that's just my thought.
Bug Buzz, yeah.
We wouldn't hit Lele or Drifloon as hard if we ever got into that situation. I don't know. I feel like Politoed would be a better answer to Cobalion in that case with Scalds.
Well, I'm just thinking, so hypothetically, right? And this is going to be the last thing we talk about before I got to go get my Pokemon and play the set. But hypothetical lead of Rillaboom Cobalion, right?
Okay.
I don't think it'll happen, but Rillaboom Cobalion matches up pretty well into this. And if we stall, and it's only because our Porygon's not bulky, you know? I think as long as it's not Lum or Goggles Cobalion, it's manageable. Because we just click like Spore Trick Room, and then we're pretty chilling. But yeah, it gets a little odd.
I don't think it's going to be Goggles, and if that's the case, we just adjust and bring Zapdos Fungus, because that kind of shuts down that lead.
Zapdos Fungus is good there, yeah. That's why I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, it'll be odd for sure. But the other thing is, oh my god, 18 speed.
I know, it's so slow.
Well, what I was going to say is, would we want to, because obviously we don't have bulk. This thing doesn't have any bulk. Would we want to be going max speed?
I would say yes if this wasn't a Mungus, but the max speed does nothing in this case. It literally does nothing, because Colossal still outspeeds us.
I was thinking more so for, like, if we airstream twice, and then we outspeed Cobalion.
We don't outspeed Cobalion after 2 airstreams.
Or something like that. Maybe not outspeeding Cobalion, but outspeeding its partner. You know, like we airstream a Rillaboom, and then like they send in like Dracovish that's like banded, and then we just like airstream again and spore the Dracovish.
I don't know. That's like such a specific.
Well, what's the point of the defense? Is what I'm asking. We're Sash and we have Protect.
There isn't really, so I guess you have a point. We can go max speed Fungus, but I'll give you $1 if that situation happens, okay? If you get the +2 and it actually matters with you outspeeding like a Dracovish or something, I'll give you $1.
Awesome. Let's go, guys. I'm buying dinner for all of my YouTube subs later with my $1.
Man, I can't wait to get half a cracker.
Yeah, right. All right, well, that looks good. Like I said, I got to go get these in game so we can play this set. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think it'll be really fun. So definitely look forward to seeing it. But thank you as always for Luca for joining. Anything else you want to say before this?
No. Have fun, make your beds, and eat right.
All right, sounds good. I'll see you guys with this game shortly.
All right, see ya.